I'm Elizabeth Collins from Maine Parent Federation. It's my pleasure to welcome Dominic DePatsy, who is currently the Director of Instructional Support at RSU 5 and a former due process consultant with the Maine Department of Education. Thanks for doing this with us, Dominic.
No problem.
Conflict is a natural part of decision making, especially when you have a variety of people involved in that decision making, as you do in an IEP meeting. Dominic, what advice would you have for parents who find themselves disagreeing with what the school has decided?
A lot of the times, I love to give parents this type of advice, and I've done this several times. I like to have the parents come in to an IEP meeting. For example, if the parents are upset about something that happened within the IEP or in the programming with their child or daughter, we would set up an IEP meeting, and it might not be their annual or their reeval, and I would have them come in with concerns. So I would call them sometimes and say, why don't you put all your concerns on paper, because that way it helps formulate their thoughts and ideas down. So it gives them a tool in the beginning of the meeting when we always ask them, do you have any concerns, that they can go down through their concerns. And then we can address them. And usually 90% of the time when we sit down and go over some of their concerns, it is maybe a misunderstanding on our part or their part, or they didn't understand a piece of what we were trying to say in the IEP, or it could be something programmatically that can easily be explained. So one of the biggest pieces of advice is to put your thoughts down on paper. And if you need help with that, you can always go to another teacher or another parent. You can also bring anybody you want into IEP meetings with you. So if there's another parent that you know of, or a friend or a family member, because sometimes it can be overwhelming with the amount of people there, and it looks like the school's against the parent, and it's really not like that. We really want to work towards making sure that your son or daughter is going to access the general curriculum and their special education program.
Would you want those concerns, those written concerns, ahead of time, before the IEP meeting?
That would be great, so we can be prepared, but it's not necessarily necessary. Sometimes we work right down through there, especially if it's not an annual or a reeval, but those are good times to bring your concerns even for those. That's a great proactive strategy. And you can always have the parents ask to be attached to the IEP. I've done that before too, so it's a part of the legal document. And also, it's the due process pieces of that are built in to this, and really as a director or even the staff, we can't really take it personally. This is sometimes some of these students have significant needs, and parents are going through their own issues and concerns around that, so we have to be respectful of that, and we can't take it personally because this is their son or their daughter. So we have to be, in light of that, we need to be proactive and help them through that.
Mm-hmm. Great. I know some parents are concerned about disagreeing, on a formal basis with IEP team decisions and what the school decides because they are fearful of ruining that relationship with the teachers at the school. What advice do you have around that?
I think this is their child, and they know their child probably better than the school does, and if they feel like something's not going right, they need to bring it forward. And usually they can contact their case manager, or if that's not working out well, go to the principal, and if you really need to go up the chain, go to the special ed director or the director of instructional support, so they can try to help them through this process.
Great. Thank you very much, Dominic.
No problem.